slammed from the front side of that storm and the back side, and it devastated this island. Here at the grotto, Iniki destroyed all of the ferns. I mean, there was nothing left up there but bare rock after Iniki passed through. So, the ferns you see here today are what have grown back in the 20 years now since Hurricane Iniki. They are coming back, but very, very slowly. The water you see dripping from the top of the cave, you all see that? Well, that comes from a public restroom that is located Okay, I was just yanking your chain to see if you guys are paying attention. Okay, no. That comes from a little spring about a mile inland. It's just kind of bubbling out of the ground. Flows the year round, it never stops. At one time, though, there was a large waterfall here that stretched across the entire grotto, but all of that water was diverted into reservoirs by the sugar plantations and the water used to irrigate their sugarcane fields. So really, this is the only flow we've had here since that time. The cave itself, its ancient name, Ma'ama Akua Lono. It is dedicated to the god Lono, who is one of the 4 major gods our Hawaiian people worship. The god of agriculture, harvest, and fertility. And so our Hawaiians of old, who once lived in and farmed this river valley, would, after each harvest, take a small portion of that harvest to bring up here, leave in the cave as an offering to Lono, believing that whatever they left in the cave this season ensured a good crop and a good harvest the next. But when Christianity was introduced to the islands by the missionaries and our queen became a Christian, well, she then turned around and banned all of our ancient religious practices because they were considered pagan. And so all ceremonies here at the grotto came to an end, and over the course of time, eventually the cave was forgotten about. Today, the only ceremonies still held here are weddings. And trust me, we have lots. The first was back in 1962 when an actress named Lola Albright came here to be married, one of the stars from the old Peter Gunn TV series. Well, since her wedding in '62, there have been well over 10,000 weddings performed here, with couples coming from across the United States and around the world. While our own local couples, well, we all go to Vegas. That's just the local mentality. Locals don't want to get married in a hole in a rock. I don't care how sick it is. They'd rather have fun. But, as you might expect, all of the weddings used to take place inside the cave.
Oh, wow.
And if you think about it, really, that was the whole point to coming here and getting married here. I mean, couples wanted their wedding ceremony performed inside the sacred cave amongst the beauty of all the hanging ferns. Well, unfortunately, today all the weddings take place here on the platform using the grotto as a backdrop for pictures. And the reason for that? Well, a few years ago, actually in 2006, beginning around mid-February and in through April, there was a stretch in that 2.5-month period when we got 42 consecutive days of rain on this island and on parts of Oahu. Now, visitors who were here during that period, if they were only here for a week or 2 weeks, boy, they were not happy campers when they left Kauai because they got rained on every day of their vacation.
Not bad.
I shouldn't laugh, but well, we needed the water. Anyway, what all that rain and water did here at the grotto is it caused landslides that completely blocked off the path you just walked up on. It caused rock slides to damage the steps and railings leading up to the grotto. It loosened up rocks and boulders on the hillside above the grotto, causing them to come rolling down off the top. And some of those boulders were the size of compact cars.
Oh, wow.
So, when the rains finally subsided and the state could come in to assess the damage, they decided to close the park. And it had to be closed for an entire year. It took the state that long to clean up the mess, to repave the path. They installed steel nets on the ridgeline all around us. But they also took out the steps and railings leading up to the grotto so that when they opened the park, It was with the understanding that we would never again be allowed to send visitors all the way up and into the cave. It's for everyone's safety that we have to keep you here on the platform, away from the lip of the cave.
Okay.
But at least for those of you visiting us for the first time, well, at least you still get your chance to see the grotto, even though you don't get to go into the grotto, to see the beauty of the ferns that have grown back. And of course, we are still going to do the Hawaiian wedding song for you. Ke kali neau. It means, I'm waiting for thee.
Okay.
We're going to do it the same way we do it for all the couples who come here to get married. My grandfather, the late, great Elvis Kealoha Presley. Yeah, I wish. He popularized this song in the movie Blue Hawaii, a major portion of which was filmed here on Kauai. And it's a tradition here at the grotto that when we get done singing the song, you turn to whoever you are here with, or whoever you happen to be standing or sitting next to, and you give that person a great big kiss. So be careful. Look around, line yourselves up accordingly. If you don't have anybody to kiss, I got some extras over here. I'm more than happy to accommodate. And then, when your kissing is done, go ahead and finish up your picture taking. Let me make one suggestion for your picture taking while you're here on vacation. Not only for here at the grotto, but wherever you stop, whether it be a scenic overlook, a historical site, whatever the case might be. If there are other visitors around while you're there and you want to get a picture, don't be shy. Walk up to them and ask them, politely of course, if they wouldn't mind taking your picture for you at that spot. But offer to do them the same favor.
Right.
And that way, when you get home and you look back at the pictures from this vacation, if you're traveling as a couple, you will both be in all the shots.
Amen.
If you have your own little family or traveling group, you will all be in all the shots. So give that a try. Then, when you are done and ready to head back to your boat, exit off to your right. Take the steps over there in the corner of the platform and follow that back path down to the boat. That way you get a look at the back side of the park. And then, if you didn't get enough or any pictures on the way up, now's the time to get them on the way back to the boat. That way, if Mother Nature decides to bless us with a shower, you're headed back to the boat already, or back on the boat already. All the red and pink ginger, like these blooming behind me, you saw them on the way up. You'll see more on the way down. In fact, that back path takes you right past our banana patch. Look over there on the back right, the trees with the gigantic leaves. We have a nice young bunch of apple bananas bearing there, so if you've never seen bananas in the raw, there's your chance to get a picture.
Oh, wow.
So, anybody got any questions for me before we do the wedding song?